And so we will now move on to our CalPADS differentiated assistance. With that, we'll have our presentation from Matthew Clark from our CSIS Client Services Division. And then up after him will be Angela Ratty.
Let's go ahead and get into it here. So Senate Bill 114 introduced a CalPADS pathway to differentiated assistance, or DA, that's currently being implemented in a phased approach. Phase 1 began in the end of year data submissions for the 23 to 24 academic year and was based on whether LEAs certified the EOY CalPADS data submissions. And I'm very happy to report that no LEA became eligible for DA through the CalPADS pathway in the 23 to 24 academic year. This academic year, we're using certification by final CalPADS deadlines as the criteria for inclusion in DA, using the CalPADS pathway. So in 24 to 25, any LEA that fails to certify data by the final certification deadline of the Fall 1, Fall 2, and importantly for this session, end of year 1 through 4 data submissions will become eligible for 1 year of DA. Senate Bill 114 additionally states that LEAs that fail to certify accurate, correct, and complete data will become eligible for DA through the CalPADS pathway. And the CDE, in collaboration with CSIS, is currently working on the data quality criteria for DA and will provide additional information in the coming months regarding the quality criteria that's currently planned to be implemented in the 25 to 26 academic year. Both CSIS and the CDE want to be thoughtful and intentional about the quality criteria for DA, and so we're allowing the time needed for extra care to be taken. It's important to note that LEAs may satisfy the DA eligibility criteria throughout the year. If you were unable to satisfy Fall 1, you will have satisfied the eligibility criteria for DA in January. If you were unable to certify Fall 2, you will have satisfied the eligibility criteria in March. And if you're unable to certify the EOY collections, you will satisfy the eligibility criteria in July or August. However, LEAs officially become eligible for DA with the release of the California School Dashboard, which will occur in November of 2025. So this means that there will be a period of time where LEAs will have satisfied the criteria for CalPADS DA, but are not yet formally in differentiated assistance. And if you are in this period of time, it is wise to be proactive about data management improvement now. But whether you're being proactive about data management improvement or will be in formal DA remediation, CSIS is here to help. So please allow me to showcase our Universal Supports Toolkit for data management improvement now. We are currently building out a multifaceted universal supports toolkit that can be used to baseline your organization's data management performance and processes, perform a root cause analysis and needs assessment to determine improvement targets, and integrate goals and objectives from DA sessions into your remediation plans or LCAP initiatives. The toolkit is flexible enough to be used as an adaptive assessment when targeting specific areas of improvement for your local data management practices, or when improving your data management practices and programs more broadly. The Universal Supports Toolkit and the flagship resource, our Data Management Maturity Model and Assessment, are available to you now on the CSIS website. So let's go ahead and head to the CSIS website. All right, so this is the homepage that you arrive at if you go to the URL csis.fcmat.org. That's CSIS.fcmat.org. And I'll ask Marshall here to put this URL in chat for everyone as well. And on this homepage, if you look at the navigation menu at the top of the screen here, you'll see a little menu called CalPADS. And if you click that menu and then click Universal Supports Toolkit, you'll arrive at our Universal Supports Toolkit page. The Universal Supports Toolkit currently contains our data management maturity model and assessment, which again are the flagship and centerpiece resources of the Universal Supports Toolkit. Our root cause analysis template is currently in development. It'll contain 4 activities for a root cause analysis, and you can expect that to be live on the CSIS website in the coming weeks here. We'll also have guidance on integrating goals and objectives from differentiated assistance sessions into your remediation plans and LCAP initiatives in the coming weeks. In order to download the resources, in this case, the maturity model and assessment, you would simply click this link or this icon here, the CSIS data management assessment icon, and then you'll arrive at a page with a downloadable link for the data management assessment. And if you click this link, you will download the maturity model and assessment locally onto your machine here. I have downloaded populated a copy here just to showcase some functionality. So let me go ahead and pull that up to go through the document now. When you pull up the maturity model and assessment, the first sheet that will appear for you is the instructions page. This contains the intended use, the audience and structure, and summary of key concepts that are used throughout the maturity model and assessment. If the summary of key concepts does not provide enough information for you, we also have a glossary of data terms, which gets as foundational as defining data and information themselves, and then goes on to define various concepts that are used throughout the model and assessment. So we have data governance, data literacy, data culture, and so on. We then have the model itself, which contains a description, key characteristics, artifacts and evidence, core activities, and activities for progression, as well as criteria for progression for data management maturity at 5 levels. So level 1 is initial or ad hoc. Level 2 is developing. Level 3 is structured and documented. Level 4 is managed and measured. And level 5 is optimized and sustained. And the level that your LEA assesses into will be based on your answers to the questions in the data management assessment. The questions in the assessment are grouped into sections that are based on different activities or concepts in data management. So section 1 is data governance, section 2 is data culture and literacy, section 3 is data quality, and so on. There are 10 sections in the assessment here. When you complete the questions in an individual section, that section is scored with a red, yellow, green scoring system. The red sections would indicate an area of opportunity or an opportunity for improvement with regards to that aspect of data management. The yellow would indicate kind of average performance with regards to that activity, and green would indicate a strength with regards to that aspect of data management. So here we can kind of hone in on opportunities for improvement pretty quickly. Once you complete all of the questions in the assessment, you will receive an overall maturity rating at the top of the assessment page here, and it will also be available on the CDMA results page with more detailed information. So we have the overall maturity level at the top here with a description, key characteristics, artifacts and evidence, core activities, and criteria and activities for progression. And these are pulled in directly from the model there. So again, this was the data management maturity model and assessment as part of the Universal Supports Toolkit that CSIS has designed to assist LEAs and COEs in remediation efforts while in differentiated assistance.
Go ahead and pass it along to Angela. Matt will be here though, just to assist if we do have questions that pop into the Q&A.